All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Harakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders of the great millstone. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect out here toiling in his truth. And Shalom to the few sisters, the Akwathium, who listen and learn in silence. To all of you, I say Shalom. I'm the brother Pathaka Math GMS Dallas, and just come back at you with a really quick hit lesson. And I'm going to title this, as you can see, I have the brother, the Hopeful Elect 3, a video that he shared, and the title reflects, Woman Shares Vision of Great Death. And that's basically the title of my lesson. Great death is coming. It's prophecy. You know what I'm saying? It's prophesied in the scriptures that great death, a lot of death is coming to the planet Earth, man. We're in a time of the visitation of the Lord, pursuing the second Ezra, the 9th chapter. You know, and of course that word visit means to punish. You know, so we're in a time of the punishment of the planet Earth, man, and these people in this earth, man, and the Lord, in the earth in the world that the Lord created, man. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of death, a lot of people are about to perish, man. You know, be deleted. You know, as a matter of fact, Isaiah 24 and verse 1 says, the Lord is about to empty the earth, and there's going to be few men left. When you read in that chapter, you know. So, yeah, we're in those times, man. So great death is coming, and it's all prophecy, you know. And this particular woman right here, the Lord gave her a vision, which is prophecy as well of that great death. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna play this. It's like 2 minutes and 35 seconds. I'm gonna play this little quick video, and then we're gonna get into the scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? So without any further ado.
Talk about the dream that I had the other night, because I felt like it's so significant to what's happening in the world right now. It might even be connected, but I had a dream of being in this, people dying, people death. I've never seen death the way I've seen death in my dream. It was bloodshed, splatter, gore, like brain matter everywhere. I seen bodies all over the ground. Like, and then the one thing that stuck with me the most was that I was outside and I seen this ball of light just coming from the sky as it, you know, like a missile, and it came down and just boom, hit the earth, and it was just coming down and coming down. And I was just like, the only thought I had in my head was I need a bunker, I need to get out of here, because like, what was happening, it felt like war. It felt so scary. It felt like what I was seeing in my dream is something relevant to what other countries are dealing with right now. The fear I had in my dream, I can't even exaggerate this enough. The amount of bloodshed and just gore and just dead bodies everywhere that I seen in my dream was just crazy. And I can't get it out of my head. And I'm sharing this because I feel like with what's happening in the world, I know a lot of people talk about how dreams could be, you know, gateways to other parallel universes or even messages from beyond. I really, truly feel like these dreams that I've been having are either messages of what's going to be happening or me seeing what is happening in the future just beyond my time. I just thought I would share that today.
And that's it. So, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Now, of course, she spoke on of a bunker, which is not going to save you. You know what I'm saying? The hand of the Lord is going to take them, you know, out of those, you know, though they dig into hell, like the scriptures say, you know, the hand of the Lord is going to take them. You know, they climb into the heavens, going into a little space station and satellites. The hand of the Lord is going to take them. So they're not going to be safe in these bunkers. And just, you know, bear with me, you know, I'm a little under the weather. Got the sniffles and everything, you know. But yeah, man, bunkers are not going to save you, man. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have the Lord, if your How Bashim Yahushua is not with you, you're through. It's over. You're toast. You know, chalk it up. It's done, dot, it's over. You know what I'm saying? So But she also spoke of the missiles, you know what I'm saying, which is that thermonuclear destruction that's coming into the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? That's coming, man. You know, those arrows that are going to be shot to the ends of the world, like the scriptures say, you know, which is the end of the world is right here, you know, Babylon the Great, aka America, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, now don't get it twisted, which I'm gonna get this real quick about the whole dream thing, you know, because dreams, you know, you gotta be careful with dreams. Dreams don't mean nothing, man. You know, you have a dream, you know, you have people out here dreaming of fish and talking about somebody's pregnant or I can't remember the other one where it said it supposedly means that somebody gonna get married and come on, man. You know, none of this stuff is no, bro. If it's a prophetic dream, then it's from the Lord, man. You know, those are the ones you take heed of. Anything else, you're being foolish, man. And the scriptures say that. So real quick, just to deal with the whole dreams thing, you know, let me get this real quick. In Ecclesiasticus Sirach 34, and I'm gonna start at the top at verse 1, and it reads, "The hopes of a man void of understanding." See, because it's all about understanding, man. You know, so if you're void of that, then yeah, dreams will take you. It says the hopes of a man void of understanding are vain, because the scriptures tell you to get knowledge is the principal thing. But with all thy getting, get understanding, because the understanding is what it's all about, man. You know. Ecclesiasticus Sirach 34:1, it says, "The hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false, and dreams lift up fools." So if you're taking heed to just dreams, you know, people dreaming all kind of crap, man, you know, and these people are believing in it, then you're a fool, man. The scriptures are telling you right here, you're a fool, man. You know, so I'm going to continue to read because it's going to come into the point of it's got to be prophetic, you know, for it to be anything, you know. Verse 2, it says, "Whoso regardeth dreams is like him that catcheth at a shadow and followeth after the wind," which you go outside and try to catch your shadow, man, you know, or try to follow the wind, man. With the wind changes course, you know, just like that, you know. So you're not going to be able to follow the wind. You're not going to be able to catch a shadow. You're going to be out there looking crazy, man. So this is the Lord, again, that foolish, you know, being a fool, you know. So you're out here looking crazy if you following and believing in dreams. Verse 3, it says, "The vision of dreams is the resemblance of one thing to another, even as the likeness of a face to a face. Of an unclean thing, what can be cleansed? And from that thing which is false, what truth can come?" And the answer is zero, none, nothing, not just, you know, you're not gonna get no truth out of an unclean thing or a thing which is false, man. You know. So, verse 5, it says, "Divinations and soothsayings and dreams are vain, empty. There's nothing to them, you know. And the heart fancieth as a woman's heart in travail." So, but if your heart fancies that, then you're a fool, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not wise. But we're getting to the point. Verse 6, it says, "If they be not sent from the Most High." You hear that? "If they be not sent from the Most High in thy visitation," which we're in the time of the visitation of the Lord pursuant to, again, 2 Ezra, the 9th chapter, man, which is the punishments of the Lord. We're in a time of judgment. It says, "Set not thy heart upon them." Did you hear that, man? "If they be not sent from the Most High in thy visitation," which means it's going to be a prophetic dream. "Set not thy heart upon them." The dream that this woman had, it was prophetic, man. You know, so that's one you take heed of, you know. But just a dream, you know, and people are dreaming everything. "I dreamed you died," and I'm like, so what? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean nothing, man. But if it's sent from the Most High, it's going to be a prophecy. It's going to be prophetic. Those are the one you set your heart upon, not just a dream. If it's not sent from the Lord, don't set your heart upon it. It's verse 7, "For dreams," which is the point. It says, so it's going to be a prophetic dream. "For dreams," verse 7, "for dreams have deceived many, and they have failed that put their trust in them." Did you hear that? So don't worry about a dream unless it's prophetic, man. You dreaming about martial law, the sea hip, World War III, tanks, and you seeing tanks and the collapse of this place, uh, 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 a lot of people, different nations and people fighting against each other, and yeah, then those things you take heed of, man. But don't worry about fish and you dreamed of somebody dying or whatever. Nah, don't worry about that, man. That's it's a fool, bro. You're a fool. So just going into the whole dream thing, and again going back to this woman that was in this video, her dream was prophetic, which is from the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? So real quick, which the brother had it in his video, which I'm gonna bring it out again. Let's get Joel, the 2nd chapter. And we're gonna jump down to verse 28. Again, bear with me, because a little under the weather. And right there in the heading, it says the promise of the Spirit. Yep. This is Joel 2:28. It says, and it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my Spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. Verse 29, and also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my Spirit. So everybody's getting the Spirit of the Lord poured upon me. That's why you hear all these different, you got all kind of different people, children, everything, all nations is having these dreams of certain things, whether it be World War III, famine, you know what I'm saying, a lot of death, whatever, man. All of them are dreaming. This was sent from the Lord. This is what we just read, him putting his Spirit upon all flesh. Because we're in a time, again, of judgment, that visitation of the Lord. Those are the dreams that you take to heart, that you set your heart upon. Not just a dream of some BS and nonsense, you know what I'm saying? It's not prophetic. It ain't talking about nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, there's another one that reiterates it in the book of Acts, which we'll get that too. Acts, the 2nd chapter. And we're going to jump down to verse 16. And we'll read to about 18, I think. This is Acts 2 and verse 16, and it reads, but this is that which was spoken by the prophet Joel, which we just read. So it's going to just reiterate it. Verse 17, it said, it shall come to pass in the last days, which we're in the last days, said the Most High, I will pour out my Spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall see dreams, shall dream dreams, Salakia, shall dream dreams. And on my servants and on my maidens, Salakia, I will pour out in those days of my Spirit, and they shall prophesy. And I will show wonders in heaven above and signs in the earth beneath, blood and fire and vapor of smoke. So this is the time we're in. This is why all these people are having these type of dreams, man, because they're prophetic, and that's the Spirit of the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? So she spoke of, which is going to be the title of my lesson, Great Death is Coming, this prophecy. She spoke of a lot of death, man. And even Yahushua is going to bring the same, man. When you read in the book of Matthew, the 10th chapter, what did Yahushua say himself, man, out of his own mouth? We're going to find out. We're going to get it. This is Matthew 10 and verse 34. And it reads, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, this is a twofold verse, because the scriptures are basically double. I'm trying to remember. As a matter of fact, real quick, let's get it real quick in Job, the 11th chapter and verse 6. This is Job 11 and 6, and it reads, and that he would show thee the secret of wisdom, that they are double to that which is, Salakia, that they are double to that which is. Know therefore that the Most High exacteth of thee less than iniquity deserveth. So right there it says wisdom is double. So you know what I'm saying? So these scriptures can be twofold. You know what I'm saying? So, and this happens to be one of those verses that's twofold. Back in Matthew, the 10th chapter, in verse 34, And it reads, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. And again, that's a twofold scripture. It's talking about he's bringing a sword to do a whole lot of what that female in that video was talking about. That's what Yahushua is bringing, because he's coming to judge and make war. He's coming to judge this place, man. We're talking about that visitation, those punishments, that judgment on the people, and that's what he's coming to do, to judge and make war. And also it means to divide, which that's why you see what you're seeing in the earth right now. Esau's kingdom is divided, man. MAGA, it's all division is happening all throughout this thing, man. They're all divided. They're all against each other, man. No one is together, and like the scriptures say, if Satan be against Satan, how can his house stand? If his house be divided, it shall surely fall, roughly paraphrasing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're in a time of. We're in a time of the falling of Babylon, man. Esau, he's going down. His kingdom is going down, man. You know what I'm saying? So all of these things are part of that. So Yahushua is bringing a sword, man. You're already seeing that division, so the like I said, it's dual. It's a dual thing. It's two-sided. It's twofold. So the next thing that you're going to see is a lot of deletions happening, man. A lot of death, like the female said in the video, man. When he returns, man. And of course it's going to start before that, but it's still the Lord. It's all the work of the Lord. So like it. So let's keep it going. Let's get this in Isaiah, the 66th chapter. Just to keep it going, just to continue to reiterate the point. A lot of death, man. Isaiah 66 and verse 15, and it reads, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind. So the chariot's going to be getting busy too. The fire represents those thermonuclear missiles that she was talking about, the thermonuclear destruction that's coming. And the chariot's going to get busy too. It says to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. It says, verse 16, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. And basically that pleading means he's finna judge, man. He about to judge your ass, man. The Lord ain't finna say, beg you, please choose me, please. No, man, that's not the plea. That's not what the pleading means. The pleading means he's about to judge, man. And we're in a time of judgments. We're in a time of visitation, those punishments, man. So it says, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead, judge all flesh. And the slain of the Lord shall be many. Did you hear that? The slain of the Lord shall be many. That's why she dreamed of a lot of death, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's coming, man. This is the time we're in. The Lord is about to judge this place, man. But, hey, deservingly so. These people are wicked as hell, man. It's a lot of nothing but wickedness going on in this place, man. These Edomites need to be judged. These nations need to be judged. And 2/3 of Israel needs to be judged as well. And that's what's coming, man. So it's a lot of death. And that's why the title reflects great death is coming. It's prophecy. So let's get that one now. Now that I said that, let's get that in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16. And actually we'll start at verse 17. Point is in verse 18. 2nd Ezra 16 and 17, it says, woe is me, and it's the prophet Esdras. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? So the Lord showed Esdras a vision, and it scared him so bad. He was like, oh, God dang, who going to deliver me in those days? Because Esdras is here. At least he's been here, if not in the spirit realm. He's here, so... But these things are coming, man, and that's what he said about it. Dang, what the hell? Who gonna save me? Woe is me in those days. But no, it's not woe to Esdras. Esdras is a man of the Lord. He's a prophet. He's part of the elect. He gonna be saved out of it. So whoever that brother is, yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be okay. This is verse 18. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. Great death. There it is, bro. There's a whole lot of death gonna happen. Great death. Not just death, but great death. The Lord has a way of taking it further, man, taking it to another level. Great mournings, great miseries, great death, you know? So because his mind, his way, they're higher than ours, man. That's not something I would think about. When I think of if I think of a lot of death, just a lot of death, but great death. Yeah, man. So it says the beginning of wars and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these things shall come? So yeah, there it is, man. Great death is coming, man. You know what I'm saying? These things are prophesied. It's prophecy, you know? So those dreams are very valid, man, you know, because they're prophetic dreams. They're of the Lord, you know? They're from the Most High. So those are the ones you set your heart upon, not just the average dream, you know. Nah, man, don't worry about those, you know? But at the end of the day, the elect is going to be saved out of these things, you know what I'm saying? You know, which we're in a time of Jacob's trouble right now. And it's just going to get worse. A lot of death is going to be happening during that time as well, man. But the elect is going to be saved out of these things, which we'll get the scriptures. So real quick, let's just got a few more and then we're going to get out of here. But the elect is going to be saved out of these things. So real quick, let's go back to my other Bible, Salakia. And we're going to get 2 Corinthians chapter 1. And we're going to drop down to verse 10. This 2 Corinthians 1 and 10. And it reads, who delivered us from so great a death, boom, that great death, man, and doth deliver. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. Yahushua is the deliverer. He the deliverer, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's what he's coming to do, to deliver the remnant that's returning in these times, pursuant to Isaiah the 10th chapter, starting around verse 20, you know, and you know, to deliver those people, you know, those 7,000 men that didn't bow the knee to Baal, you know. Yeah, those are going to be, they're going to be saved, man, whoever they are. Lord willing, I can be part of that, man, you know. But it says 2 Corinthians 1 and 10, who delivered us from so great a death and doth deliver. Yes, believe that, man. You know, you got to have faith and belief in that, man. It says, in whom we trust, no matter how it looks. That's why it says we walk by faith and not by sight, man. You know, the Spirit of the Lord is on you and working with you and dealing with you. Yeah, man, you're not going to let what you see, the carnal aspect of things, overtake the spiritual. You know, he that is spiritual, you know, all things spiritual. But to he that is carnal, you know, all things carnal. He, you know, and that's going to get you put to death, man. Spiritual is life, carnal is death. You know, so it says, again, 2 Corinthians 1 and 10, who delivered us from so great a death and doth deliver, in whom we trust that he will yet deliver us. So you have to believe that. You got to trust the Lord, man. You know, that faith, that belief, that trust, you know, and you got to have that strong confidence in that, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you got that, then it's all good because these things are written. So therefore we believe. You know what I'm saying? And that's the faith, you know, with what's that? Hebrews, I believe it's 11 and 1. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So you hope and believe in these things, even though you haven't seen them. We're reading them. We ain't seen it, but we believe it. That's the faith, man. You got to have that, man. And it's got to be on a level in the times we're coming into, man. So real quick, because the scriptures tell us in Daniel that the elect is going to be saved out of these things. This is Daniel 12 and 1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered. That's that deliverance we just read about. Everyone that shall be found written in the book, which is the elect, man. You know what I mean? In these times. As a matter of fact, let's end it on Jeremiah, the 30th chapter. It's Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7. It reads, alas, for that day is great. And we're in that day, man. So that none, you know, we're in a time of Revelations 12 and 12. You know, this devil is coming down with great wrath because he knows that he has but a short time, you know. So, yeah, his blessing is about to come into full effect soon, man. You know, where you're going to start that sword, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but the elect, again, we're reading it. They're going to be saved out of all these things, from the thermonuclear destruction, out of Jacob's trouble, all of that. All of this stuff that's coming down the pipe, man. Alas for that, Jeremiah 30:7, alas for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he, which is representative of the elect, shall be saved out of it. And we believe these things, man. So that dream that the woman had of those missiles, the destruction, a lot of death, hey, those things are coming, man. That's a prophetic dream. That's what you take heed to. That's what you set your heart upon. Any other dreams and vision or whatever, there really wouldn't be called a vision, I guess, is null and void. Don't worry about those, man. So, I just want to do a quick lesson. Hopefully it was edifying to the hopeful elect. With that, giving all praises and honor and glory due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Wahara Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elder bishops, the elders, and all the men of the great millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect, the house of David, the Bayath, Shal Dawadat, Shalom.